Welcome back to the other side where we talk about trials, triumphs, and everything in between because that's where we believe the magic lies. We also really love to bring you education, though, and that's what we have today. We have a special guest, but before I tell you who it is, please hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And now, our guest. Today, I am excited to introduce Nicole Avila Tinnes. She is a dedicated bilingual financial advisor, and she started her financial services fresh out of college and is going on 6 years now strong in her field. Nicole is passionate about financial literacy for all, specifically her Hispanic community. She empowers people to take ownership and agency in their lives to achieve their dreams through their finances. Not only did Nicole go to college for finances, but she also did for psychology. So she is a double hitter, I would say, because when it comes to finances, we know that we all hold on to all of these things that we were told when we were younger. So we do need help with that when it comes to someone understanding the mental, I guess, wear and tear that it has taken on, and when we're struggling, right, and feeling like we're broke sometimes, it can really be scary to even consider investing when you feel like you don't even have any money to pay the bills.
Oh, I know that's right. Yeah, of course.
So that's what made me fall in love with you immediately is that I could feel that genuineness from you. And I know that you truly do want to help educate others, and you do want to help let others see, just like I do in real estate, that it is possible to own. You want to teach people just like I do that it's possible to invest as well, right?
Yeah.
And that's the most important as far as being a better person. We want to help others grow in our field of expertise, and that's your field. So I am so excited to have you here, and thank you for joining us today.
Oh, I'm so excited to be here, Anita. Thank you for the invitation. Uh, I love your space, and I'm super excited to be here to
Thanks.
talk about what I love to do, right? I love finance, and well, more than finance, I love people.
Yes.
I want people to live a fulfilling life through this tool that we all have. And unfortunately, little of us know how to really manage to the whole potential of it that we can
Mm-hmm.
make for ourselves. So
Mm-hmm.
it's really exciting to me. And I'm passionate about my field all the time.
Yes, I can tell. You make
Yeah.
me passionate about it,
Ah.
which excites me because it honestly, it's something that I never talked about before. And I had told you this. I kind of was a little frustrated because you grow up and you hear so much, right? We don't talk about finances. We don't talk about politics. We don't talk about religion. And in life, I think those are the most important things that we have. They're solid. It's a base. The person you end up with in the future, you need to
Oh,
know where they stand in these
so true.
areas as well, right?
Yep.
And so it's become a crutch and a hindrance for a lot of, I guess, our people, right? Brown people in general,
Yeah.
because, when I did meet my husband, he was a Dutch, he's white, American, and they talk about money all the time. And you
Yep.
said your husband's family, they talk about money all the time. They talk about their investments and they talk about all these things. And a lot of these words are even Greek to a lot of the people that we hang out with,
Oh, tell me about
or
it.
hung out with. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
now being an entrepreneur, you meet more people who start talking about it. So it actually gets you thinking about it and realizing like, hey, I need to talk about this more as well because
Yeah.
you're never going to have money if you can't talk about it, right?
Oh, no, no. And we have to also respect money. I believe that a lot of misconception in the Hispanic community and anywhere, right? I mean, people that don't have money sometimes tend to hate people
Mm-hmm.
that do have that money.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you even have that much money?
Mm-hmm.
You must be corrupt. You must be scamming people. Why have you become all of a sudden so wealthy and so, having all these things? Uh, Instead of presenting money as a positive thing, we do it as on the contrary.
Mm-hmm.
And we learn and we grow up as kids thinking, oh, well, money is associated with something bad, something tricky, something shady.
Mm-hmm.
And the reality that it's not like that. And in order to attract it to our lives, we have to respect it.
Yes.
We have to acknowledge that whoever has money, they must have done something really good,
Mm-hmm.
and they are taking good care of their money, and that's why we see them having homes and living their dream life, right? So
Yes.
that's what I believe that there is a lot of power on respecting the idea of that. Hey, somebody worked this hard for their money, instead of resenting it. Why we don't go ahead and be like, what did you do?
Yeah.
What is working?
Yes.
What is working
Yes.
out there, and why are we a lot of us not doing it as well? How do I respect that you got all this wealth? Tell me, how do you achieve that, so I
Mhm.
can do it myself and tell my friends to do it too?
Yes, yes, but you're
Right.
so right. It was the opposite. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, money's the root of all evil. It's like,
Exactly.
why? Why is it
Exactly.
evil? It allows you to do so many things, you know? You can do so many things when you have money
It's
for
a
good.
tool.
It's a tool. But I do like to talk on everybody's childhood. I like to know where you came from, right? Who raised you, where you
Mhm.
grew up, and then how you got found yourself getting excited about money and finances to make it a career.
Yeah. Wow. Well, where do I start? I grew up in Peru, in my wonderful, beautiful, loved country. I was
Mm,
there. I was born and grew up in Lima, Peru. I was there until I finished high school, and I came to the US at 17.
okay.
And a family of immigrants, right?
Mhm.
I came and started in college. I started studying for myself. I really didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew that I wanted to work with people because I love to socialize, and I
Yeah.
have always just been a very, very good talk, and like to talk with people and connect with people in a significant way.
Mhm.
Then, well, my I come from a family that didn't really talk about money at all. If if I might say, I don't think so. I don't remember my parents giving me any instruction about money. Just pay your bills, maybe save some money, and that's it. But nothing really
Substantial.
substantial or in depth, like how to start planning for yourself, how to protect, to make yourself, well, position yourself in a better situation for the future. So I started college, and I started, making friends and going here and there, and I started seeing people that had money,
Mhm.
that had this tool, that had cars and houses, and I had a friend that his parents paid for his whole school out of pocket.
Mm.
And I wondered to myself, right in my early 20s mind, how did these people get to have all these opportunities and all these options because they have money? How did they start at that? So I decided, okay, well, I'm studying psychology right now. Let me incorporate finance as well because I think it's fascinating.
Yeah.
It's fascinating to learn how money works
Mhm.
and to teach that as well. So I started doing that. I still didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, but I knew that I will find it along the way.
Yeah.
In my last year of college, I went to UCI. One of my friends started working in a financial firm, and she got a an internship there.
Mhm.
So she got me in, and I started working there. This is a position where I had to be um, educating people about their 401ks, which is a retirement plan for a company.
Mhm.
And I will go to these companies and give the education for the employees in English and Spanish. And some of them will come to me and tell me, hey, I have a son. I am going through a divorce. I'm changing homes. I am getting married. Could you help me with my specific situation? So I will sit down and talk with them. And I thought, okay, I love this. I love to help people in
Mm.
a very one to one way because everybody has different situations and
Yes.
everybody wants different things. So that's when I realized this might be the route for me. This might be
Mm.
my call, why God put me here in the first place, because I can talk with people that don't have any idea what to do with their money. And I can talk to them in their language, which is my language
Yeah.
too. And
Yes.
that just brought me so much fulfillment.
Yes.
That's when I started talking to all my family. I opened my parents' retirement accounts,
Because
them
it is an underserved community for sure when
big
it comes
time.
to financial advising and
Yeah.
like we said, we don't talk about money, so to even get them to open up about money with you is a big deal, which says a lot about you.
Uh, I do love my parents a lot. They were well, I would say that they first trial me, right? They were like,
Mhm.
"Okay, do it for a few years and then we'll see if we can work with you." But then I was like, okay, Dad, let me see what you have going on for retirement. My dad is in his 50s. By the time that I graduated, he was in like his mid 50s. Let me see, let me take a look at your 401ks, at your IRAs, make sure that you're set, and how much are you estimated to get when you retire. What 401k, Hita?
Mm.
What, I have a social security that should be good.
Oh,
And I started to panic inside
yeah.
of me. I
You're like,
was
oh my
like,
God, I'm gonna have to take care of everybody.
a little bit, a little bit. I was like, well, I guess I'm the retirement plan. But that just gave me perspective on being like, wow, my dad speaks English fluently, has been in this country since he was 17, just like me. And nobody ever talked to him about
Mm.
this, ever.
Yeah, and I think a lot they're in survival mode. They're just trying to find work, right? And put food on the table and take care of the family.
Yeah.
And so the idea of saving, it's like when you're trying to just put food on the
I'm
table,
barely getting by, right?
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely. And that's one misconception that a lot of people have, is that you need a lot of money to start something for yourself.
Hmm.
That's just simply not the case. We can start with any amount of money, even if we think it's a little amount of money today. You'll be surprised on what that can transform in years to come for your future. And it's
So
something
what
that is
would
in the
you say
background.
the least amount of money somebody could start with investing?
The least, I would say, there's platforms out there that will start you with $5.
And it's not just a savings plan, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. You get in and you start investing your money in the stock market, which has been, I mean, in the upward since ever.
Well, and that's the thing though, right? They've never talked about money, so they've definitely never talked about the stock market.
Oh no.
So the idea of putting money in the stock market, that's like speaking Greek to them, you know?
Absolutely.
So how can someone get comfortable even one, I mean, I know it's such a double-edged sword because you have to want to get comfortable about talking about money. It's like one of those things, right? Wouldn't you agree? It's like
Yeah.
working
No,
out.
yeah.
You have to want it.
I would say that's the first step,
Yeah.
right? Trying to, well, looking introspectively and be like, okay, I don't know what I don't know. How can I instruct myself? Take out YouTube, look at video for 5 minutes. What is the stock market? What is the benefit of starting even with a little bit in there?
Okay, so they turned on YouTube and now they're seeing us.
Oh, there you go. Well, that's a good video to watch. That's another thing, right? That's another thing. There is so much information out
Yeah.
there that one doesn't even know who to believe.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I would say go to a trusted resource, a trusted financial advisor, a trusted financial figure in the internet. I used to watch Dave Ramsey a lot. I don't know if you have ever heard of Dave
Yes.
Ramsey.
Mhm.
Okay, he has been in the financial industry since ever. He's a
Yes.
very trusted voice
It's
for
like
finance in America.
Sue Orman.
Oh yeah, no, he's amazing. I love Dave Ramsey, but um, he's a big preacher of investing in the stock market, investing in yourself, because the economy keeps growing
Mhm.
in a large and fast pace.
Mhm.
And you either jump on that wagon or you get left behind.
Yeah.
And that's why the gap between the wealthy and the poor keeps getting bigger and bigger, because the wealthy just keep investing and their money keeps growing at a very fast pace, while anybody that is not investing, they're just losing big time on the big gains of the market and the whole economy that keeps growing at all times.
Yes. What would you say the biggest misconception is with people and a bank account?
That's the only tool that they have, right? I feel like people think, okay, I have a checking account and I have a savings account. That's what I need. That's what I use on the regular, and that's
Mhm.
it. All it is.
Can you explain the difference between a regular savings account in the bank and investing? Let's say, like we discussed earlier off camera, I asked you if they knew any tool in the investment arena, what would you recommend?
Oh,
And you said the Roth.
I love this question. Yes, a Roth IRA.
Hmm. Now, can you explain to them why you said Roth RIA?
Of course. Okay, so a savings account, it's basically money just parked there, right? It's not making any interest. It's just money there, readily available for you to use whenever you like. There's nothing wrong with that.
Mhm.
But we have to be aware that of the fact that things keep rising in price. Inflation keeps going on an average of 2 to 3% per year.
Mhm.
5 years ago, it got up to be at 8% per year, which was insane. But the money just there doing nothing is not helping,
Mhm.
right? We're really actually losing purchasing power. Investment accounts, a variety of them. There is an investment account for any goal that you have. But a Roth IRA is specifically for retirement. And what it provides is tax-free growth. It's an account that it's very little maintenance. It's basically just for you growing in the back. Not too different from a savings account,
Mhm.
but this account, the money that goes in, it gets invested over time. So imagine that you put, for example, over time, $5,000 into the account. And in 20 years, that money multiplies and now it's $30,000, right? Over time. The whole $25,000 gain, it's tax free. It's basically a unicorn growing tax free for you
Mhm.
for your livelihood, right?
Yep.
And we can put money in there every single year. But that's the thing, that's a habit.
Mhm.
And people don't know about it. This is what you can potentially make ourselves a millionaire by the time that we get to retirement if we consistently get in the habit of investing every single month, every single year. However you do it, just do it consistently
Yes.
with any
Yes.
amount it is. Even if it seems small, you'd be surprised at what transforms over time.
And that's another misconception, right? I don't think a lot of people understand compound interest. And
Mm,
that's how it grows. So they think, how is it going to grow so fast? Well, it's because of compound interest,
yeah,
correct?
yes, indeed. And
Can you
I always
explain
say,
that a little bit?
of course,
Yeah.
compound interest, it's basically the magic that happens when money keeps growing and interest keeps compounding, interest after interest after interest. Is basically what it says, that if you invest $1 today, that dollar might get to be $20 in 20 years
Mhm.
versus you invest in that same dollar 10 years from now, when then you can just get $6. That dollar can get to be $6 versus 20 if you
Mhm.
were to start it a lot earlier.
Yes.
So that's a big factor too. Investments in the stock market, it's the time that we allow this money to be there, compounding and making babies and consistently growing. That's really what's gonna give us the big bang. The more time in the market. A lot of people think, oh, is this a good time to get in the market? Don't do that. We're just hurting ourselves. You cannot be hurt by investing at whatever time. It's time in the market, not timing the
Mhm.
market.
Mhm. And it's the same with real estate.
Hmm.
Is it a good time to buy? The good time is when you can,
There you go.
because
Yeah,
you're still going to be in the market. You're going
exactly.
to own. It's not You're not renting. So your money is still compounding as far as your mortgage, like you're paying your own mortgage. You're not paying somebody else's. So
Absolutely.
yeah, there's no good time or bad time to invest. It's only a good time if
And
you can.
it's an asset.
Yeah.
You know, there is no downside to it. You're better with it than without it.
Mhm. So you sat with your parents. How did you get them to understand now? Let's pretend we're speaking to them. Like somebody who just knows nothing, right? And they're not sure. They have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. So I try to make it very simple for a 10-year-old to understand.
Yes, I always say tell me like I'm 5.
So imagine that you when we invest, we're basically investing in the US economy and in the economy of the whole world for that matter,
Mhm.
because we invest internationally as well. The stock market, for example, the S&P 500, it's an index that tracks the 500 most powerful companies of the country so far and their valuation. And it keeps going up. The stock market, it's, well, how do you say this? It's intervene, no, not intervene. How do you call this? It's just, there's many different things that affect it,
Mhm.
like political, economical, socio-political, globally, the sentiment of the people. There is a lot of things that affect the stock market, and you're gonna see it. Some days it's up, some days it's down,
Mhm.
some days it's up, some days it's down. But if you take a step back and look at the whole trajectory of the market since its inception in the late 1800s, it have always gone. It has always gone up, always, on an average of a 12% per year.
Mm.
Now that doesn't mean that every year is
Mhm.
12%, right? Some years can be 25%. Like this past year, we have had an amazing year of the market. Some years it can be -2.
Mhm.
But that shouldn't matter because you're investing for the long term. And that's how I explain it to my parents. Imagine this as a baby that you're just having there growing in the back for you. You don't touch it, you don't look at it, you don't have to do anything to it. Just start the account, invest it, and let it grow for the long term. It's always for the long term.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I have people that tell me I have lost money in the market and that's why I don't trust it.
Mm.
And I asked them, well, what happened? Well, for example, well,
Oh.
COVID hit and it dropped. And I didn't want it to lose more. So I was already losing a lot. So I just took it out. That's the problem,
Mhm.
right?
They
That's
don't give
when
it they don't give it a chance to ride it back up.
exactly.
Mm.
With the stock market, we have to ride the wave
Mhm.
because it's always going to go back up.
Mhm.
When we take the losses and we panic and we let our emotions dictate our actions and we take the money in the down,
Mhm.
that's when we're really losing, right? That's when we're actually locking in the loss.
Mhm.
Because if you were just to see your portfolio go down, but you take a deep breath and be like, well, we are going through a pandemic. It's true that everybody's scared.
Yes.
Let it rest. It's going to go back up. And said and done. In 2020, the stock market dropped. It's true. 40% in March when everything hit, when everything shut down. Everything dropped. And we had to hold people from the cliff from jumping out of the wagon at that point.
Mm.
And said and done. By December, it was already higher than it started in January.
Wow,
So you can
yeah.
imagine the
Mhm.
disappointment of the people that took it out in the down,
Mhm.
right? It's always for the long term.
Yes. So for them to understand even what that means, because they think if it goes down that they're losing money. But they don't realize that as long as you don't touch it, you don't lose money.
That's subject to it, right? I mean,
Yeah.
we're invested. You're subject to. I mean, if it goes back up, you're gonna go back up with them
Mhm.
too.
And there's also plans and investments that they can only write up, right? Can you explain that? Because aren't there some that will freeze if it goes down?
So there are some products that will provide some buffers. For example, annuities, some life insurances as well, permanent life
Mhm.
insurances. These are products that will the company will give you a buffer and they will take in the loss for you. But at the same time, with the trade off, they're going to cap you at some point as well,
Mhm.
right? So if
Mhm.
the stock market keeps going up, okay, you made your 10%. And if it went back up 20%, we're going to take the other 10 because we protected you on the downside too. So it's a good product for somebody who needs it.
Mhm.
Everything it's case by case. So, for example, an annuity. An annuity is a product that guarantees income for life to the annuitant.
Mhm.
So if you put, for example, okay, let's say almost retiree that has $100,000 and they tell me, you know what, Nicole, I don't know if this is gonna last me for my lifetime, but I would like to at least stretch it so I make sure that I get an income every single month.
Mhm.
Okay, perhaps we're gonna look at an annuity that is gonna be subject to the market and is gonna keep increasing and gaining with the market. But at the same time, if something happens and it drops, you're gonna have a buffer as well,
Mhm.
right? So again, for somebody who needs it, yes, those are good. For somebody that it's not close to retirement just yet and is just trying to invest for the long term,
Mhm.
a regular account will do you just fine. And you will get to have the advantage of taking all the gains in the market. If the market goes up 40%, you're going to go 40% with them too.
So if someone wanted to get started,
Mhm.
what's the best way for them to get started? How do they know what to invest in? How do they know who to trust, what to invest in? How much is a good starting point to invest? Because we don't know, right? You don't know what you don't know. And if you sit down with somebody and they say, oh, we need $5,000 and that we'll make you this money, we're going to do like, how do they know that that's the right person? What can they do? Is there a number they can call? How do they check these people out? How do they make sure that they're really educated like they say they are?
Mm. Well, check their credentials. I would say it has to be a person that you feel really comfortable with. I feel like we get gut feelings about
Mhm.
the people that we sit down with, and
Mhm.
we can tell when somebody's just trying to sell you something or
Mhm.
when they actually have your best benefit at heart. We can feel it.
Mhm.
So go with the person that you trust and that you think has your best benefit at heart. And if you doubt it, well, fact check it. And
Mhm.
then I would say there is a lot of misconceptions and a lot of people that make financial advisors look like we just don't they don't need us or any or just they don't feel comfortable talking with a financial advisor because there are many people out there who claim to be financial advisors
Yes.
but don't have the credentials for it, right? They're
Yes.
lacking some licenses. Oh, there you go. I would say that that's a big one. Check if they have their FINRA licenses. FINRA is an institution that regulates all brokers, all
Okay.
stockbrokers. These people actually have taken exams to become accredited by FINRA that they know what they're doing.
Okay.
Instead, there are other companies that there are products that you don't need to be licensed to sell.
Okay. Okay.
So
Mhm.
licensing, I would say that's a big one.
Yeah, and some college education in finance for sure,
College
right?
education. Well, you know what? I learned a lot about economy in college,
Mhm.
but you can learn a lot outside of it too. And I
Mm.
have colleagues that don't have a degree in finance that actually have a degree in, I don't know, marketing,
Mhm.
and they do an amazing job
Okay.
because financial literacy and financial planning at its basics,
Mhm.
it's really easy.
Mm.
It's very easy. And I'll go back to the question on with what amount of money would somebody should start,
Okay.
right? We want to be first playing defense first before we can play offense. And that's one thing that I feel like people don't know. They just want to like, let me just go ahead and start investing right away. And
Mm.
I applaud the excitement. I
Mhm.
like that, but we want to first have a fully funded emergency fund before we can start investing on any way. In financial planning, we
Mhm.
always recommend 3 to 6 months of fixed expenses ready in your emergency fund. And this can be a savings account. This is the cash that you want to have readily available in
Yes.
case crap hits the fan. You don't have to incur into a lot of debt,
Mm.
right?
Mhm.
So we want to make sure that we have some cash reserved for us,
Mhm.
and we don't put all the money down because God forbid we need the money,
Right.
and I'm investing all my money, and now right
Yes.
now somehow it's in the down, and I don't want to take it at a loss, and I don't want you to take it at a loss either. So we
Mm.
have to play defense before we can play offense.
Mhm.
When we play offense, is start again with there are platforms out there that will allow you to do $5 whenever you like. You can start with 50, $100, whatever that amount feels comfortable for
Mhm.
you, and that you say that you think you can make it. That's perfectly fine. For example, retirement accounts have contribution limits, and that's one account that I will recommend for everybody to get a
That was
retirement
actually my
account
next question was when do you think someone should really start considering a retirement account?
as soon as you are earning money. If you are 17, 16, and you have I don't know, a bodyguard saving lives in the pool job, or
Mhm.
how do you call it, the people that save
A
people in the
lifeguard.
pool? There you go. Thank you. It's not a bodyguard. I was like, that is not right. A lifeguard, and you're making some money. Start putting $10 in that account.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised of what that amount can be by the time that you're in your 60s. If you start in your early 20s, if
Because
you
again,
start,
it's the compound
it's the
interest,
time.
right?
It's the compound interest.
Yes.
Exactly that compound interest.
So
Yeah.
Solomon did have a question about the compound interest when we took a little minute. And maybe you can elaborate on that a little more. He wanted a little more elaboration on how that exactly
Just a
works.
little.
Of course. Of course. So compound interest, you got it really good, Solomon. It's actually the money that the baby that your money gives, that your principal gives, right? The principal is what we put in. For example,
Mhm.
let's say that I start with $100. And that gives me a 10% return, and now I have $110, right? So that's my new principal for the next month.
Mhm.
So now I'm not expecting interest on only $100, but on $110.
Mhm.
And that continuously happens month by month by month by month and year by year by year, right? Our interest keeps adding to the principal, and that new bigger amount generates a bigger interest.
Mhm.
Over time, that interest will become way larger than what we actually put a principal out of our pocket.
Yes.
That's why it's so important to start with time, because the sooner that we start, the less amount of money is going to take us out of pocket to get to a larger amount, because the interest would have done the whole job.
Yes. How exciting,
It is
huh? I
exciting. It is very
know.
empowering to do that.
It is. Well,
Right?
you know, and like you said, people don't even realize like the sooner you start, the least amount of money you have to put in to end up with the most money. And the way inflation's going, you're going to need that money when you retire.
Yeah.
People don't realize you cannot retire on Social Security. I mean, unless you're going to rent a room from your kid and yeah, not really want to do anything. I don't know,
And
but
who wants to do that, right?
yeah,
No, it's Social Security only covers 30 to 40% of our pre-retirement income.
well, and when you're used to working and generating income every week or every month, and
Yeah.
then you realize, like, hello, that's not even cut in half. That's a quarter now of what you used to make, and you're not generating income, but you're used to living a certain kind of lifestyle. Well, you're going to need to learn how to live a whole new lifestyle.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you
big
don't
time.
prepare.
And that's a hard reality that sometimes we have to crack the truth open to. I mean, in my field, I have to talk with people that think that they are ready for retirement, and I'm like, well, you're expected to get 40 to 60% of your pre-retirement income at retirement at the pace that we're going. So we need to make a change here,
Yeah.
and it's going to take a lot more money out of pocket the closer that we're getting towards retirement.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it's important to get to know this information the sooner better than the later. And
Yeah.
this is not to discourage anybody to
Right.
start at whatever time it is.
Yeah.
Because the best time to plant a tree indeed was 20 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
but the second best time is today.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we can always make a difference for ourselves.
What would you say the biggest misconception beginners have of as far as investing is concerned?
That is going to be one day to the other change, or that they're
Mm.
going to see a huge jump from one day to the other. That's not the case.
Yeah.
This is a method that works.
Mm-hmm.
Investing works not overnight, over time,
Yes.
right?
It's a long game. You're playing the long game.
Exactly.
But you're playing for retirement, so you should be playing the long game because you should actually start sooner than later.
Oh, yes, it's the longest, heftiest, biggest investment of our lives, retirement. Some people need 1 million and upwards. I mean, most people, I believe, are going to continuously need 1 million and upwards to completely stop working forever,
Mhm. Oh, yeah.
right? And it's a reality that not a lot of people are prepared for,
Right.
unfortunately, because
Yeah.
we just don't know.
Yes. It is really sad, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
that's how they end up in such trouble when they're older because they didn't prepare. They felt like they couldn't prepare, but it's like you there's certain things you have to make time for. There's certain things you have to put money away for, and retirement is the number one because we don't even know if Social Security will be there by the time we retire.
I was about to say, I hear a lot of economic outlook and what's going on at the Social Security level. They keep saying that it's going to disappear. By the time that I retire, it's expected to be minimum, if any. Right now, it's already bad enough,
Yeah.
but I can only imagine how it's going to be on years to come. So, yes, we're better off preparing now sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so big at agency. If we expect something, we need to inspect it. If
Mhm.
you inspect it.
Mhm.
Make sure that you're on the right track. Make sure that
Mhm.
you're doing something sooner rather than later, instead of just getting to the breach of like, okay, I'm
Mm.
about to retire. Now we don't have more time to make any amendments.
Right.
Right? I have also some people that tell me, "Oh, I invest and I have a 401k and I do this and that." Amazing. That's great. Do you know if you're if you're aiming to your goal? Because some people just say, okay, yeah, I do $100
Mm.
every single month.
Mhm.
Okay, let me show you what's that's gonna get you in 20, 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
How does that number look to you? Oh, that might not seem enough. Right. But you have time to make that amendment now
Yeah.
rather than not just making
Finding out
ourselves
too
like
late
exactly.
when they retire and
Hmm.
then realize like they don't even have enough money to cover all their expenses. It's happened. I know.
It's pretty sad. It's sad to be in that predicament and to having to be, oh, now I have to be dependent on either my kids or
Mm.
I need to be working longer.
Mhm. Ugh, I know. I've seen, ladies working and they're older and I'm just thinking, do they really want to work?
It's heartbreaking, isn't it?
It is because
Yeah.
I don't believe I mean, I see my mom, she's traveling and she's living her life and then I see someone her age working and I'm just like, I know my mom would not rather be working.
Oh,
So,
and you just know that they don't want to be working
yeah.
either.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, no, no. Especially, I have seen people that are seem to be in their 80s, like working in
Mm.
like supermarkets, and I feel so bad
I know.
because I think that financial literacy is becoming it's becoming better and more accessible for all,
Mhm.
but we still have a long way to go.
Oh, definitely.
But we're definitely better than 20, 30 years ago when
Yeah.
even in schools they wouldn't even talk about any of that. And I
Mhm.
don't understand how that is possible, something so practical and so necessary for our livelihood.
Because it's better when we're stupid. They like it when we don't know what we're doing. I mean, that's how do you think they make all their money? The credit cards. I mean, you have kids claiming bankruptcy because they got a credit card and thought it was just free money.
So
Literally, they
true.
think it's free money. Sometimes I
So
saw an
true.
Instagram post and she's like, "What do you mean I paid for it?" She's like, "Well, how'd you pay for it?" With the card. She's like, "Well, who do you think pays the card?" Like, what? And these are real life situations. It's just like, what's happening?
I know.
Yeah.
I
So,
know.
what's the biggest transformation you've seen in one of your clients that really excited you and made you proud?
I had a client that well, one of my first clients 5 years ago, and I keep working with him. He's amazing. This guy had like $20,000 under his mattress and
Mm.
another chunk in his emergency fund in just in savings.
Yeah.
Never invested ever before. Uh, Immigrant,
Mm.
just like me,
Mhm.
and I actually business knocked him. I got into his business and I introduced myself and I told him what I do and I asked him, "Are you investing your money?" He told me, "No, I don't trust the system. I think that it's corrupt. I think uh, basically the same narrative of the little man doesn't cannot
Mm.
compete or
Yeah. Can
go
never
through
come
it."
up. Yeah.
Exactly. And I remember I convinced him to start investing some money with me, and he put $2,000. And then he saw that uh, made money. The market was going up really good,
Yeah.
so that made really good money. He made like 500, like over time, like in less than a month, and he got all excited. And he little by little started throwing me more and more money. Now he has like 150 or something like that with me,
Yeah.
thousand, and he loves me so much and he has referred me to all his family. I am the
Aw,
financial advisor of all the family
I
and all his
love it.
friends. And he invites me to his birthday parties.
Mm.
He's so sweet and he always tells me, "I am so glad that people like you go around and you educated me and you convinced me and just open this opportunity for
Mhm.
me." Because I know as an immigrant that we just don't know. I mean, we're like you say, especially when we get here, we work,
Yeah.
we make money, but we just don't know how to take the best advantage for ourselves.
Mhm.
And he now is a big advocate of investing. He tells everybody and their mama,
Mhm.
"Are you investing your money? If you don't, you need to talk to my girl Nicole. She's gonna get you started." And I just feel like he's one of my biggest stories of success because
Yeah.
I kind of grew in my practice with him as
Oh,
well.
yes.
And I appreciate his trust so much because just like you said, to work with somebody and to trust them with your hard-earned money,
Mhm.
I value that so much, and I'm so grateful for people like that trust me and trust me so much enough to tell other people about me and about what I do,
Mhm.
it's priceless for me.
Yeah,
It's priceless.
that's the biggest compliment anyone can give you is a referral because
Oh,
yeah, that just means they were so happy with what you did,
yeah,
or they
absolutely.
trust you enough to do that for you and to believe that you have their family and their friends' best interest at heart as well.
Yep.
So what does it look like when somebody sits down with you? Let's take that out, right? Like, oh my God, I got to call in a financial advisor. I saw this girl Nicole on a podcast, and maybe I want to work with her. And what could they expect if they were to reach out to you and sit down, or any other financial advisor? How does that look, that first meeting?
Good question. So when I come across somebody that wants to start their financial planning journey,
Mm-hmm.
I first get on a call with them and I just try to get to know them better. I start a conversation like, "Hey, what on the first place, what sparked your interest to contact me?
Mm-hmm.
What is it you're trying to achieve?" From that, I figured out, are we a good fit? Are we going to be able to work together? Are you open to be to learn? I always tell people, even if we have a conversation on the phone, I'm gonna make sure that you walk up with some value. I
Mm-hmm.
want to educate you on something that you didn't know. From there, we have a meeting. My first meetings with people usually last like an hour to an hour and a half, and it's mainly to discover what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Be very skeptical of financial planners and for anybody in that matter that don't first ask you, what is that you want? My job here is not to tell you, do this and you need this and you need this and this and that. Not before I understand who you are
And what you're trying to
and what
achieve.
are you trying to achieve.
Mm-hmm.
I have clients that have accumulated a lot of money and they don't want to spend it for themselves, they want it for their kids. Like I have clients that have all this money, they don't have any kids, they want to die with $0 in the bank. They want to
Mm.
spend it all. I have people that care so much about their family and about charitable institutions that they want to leave a big lump of sum of money when they died and they need life insurance for that. I have other people that, for example, they don't really care about those things.
Mm-hmm.
So it's our due diligence to ask and to really get to know our client,
Mm-hmm.
where they come, where is their heart, where is their mind, what is their whole outlook on their finances. What were they taught when they grew up? Are you a person? Are you a spender? Are you a saver?
Mm-hmm.
Are you somebody that thinks that money is abundant? Are you somebody that thinks that money is a scarcity? That dictates a lot
Yeah.
on what I can do with them
And to
because
get them to continue to trust you.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. I tell people, look for somebody that wants to get to know you first and show you what are your options to get to that goal that you
Right.
want. Be very skeptical of somebody that comes with like, "Hey, buy this. This is the ultimate investment solution."
Mm,
Be skeptical of that
mhm.
because that's how, like Solomon was saying, you find some people that just want to sell you
Right.
a product that may or may not work, but you want somebody that it's a fiduciary, that
Mhm.
is their um it's it's their oath to make to always act on your best behalf.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense because, especially when you're thinking of the future. You want somebody who's thinking of the future, not today,
Yeah.
not the product that's going to work today. It's the product that's going to work for you for your long-term goals, as
Hmm.
opposed to just today, because maybe they get a little kickback, if they sell enough of those annuities or whatever the case may be, right?
Yep, yep, yep. We have to first know our client. We have to know
Mhm.
our client. We have to know what they want, and I'm here to help you.
I love that.
I'm here to help.
I did sit down with you. Nicole is my financial advisor. That's why I
Can
had
you
to.
tell?
Yeah. Well, when I first met you, I was at a crossroads,
Yeah,
and that was our first conversation. And I
yeah.
was so grateful to have met you and to have sat down with you and to really, I really do feel the trust and you have the education, you have the heart, and I believe that we're going to do great things together. So, I'll be back and let you all know. I'm just kidding.
She's gonna be back with
I'm
some
not,
reviews.
yeah, I'm not worried about it, or I wouldn't even have you here. I'm actually very comfortable. And, I also know that you help, or the other besties, so it's a good little group you have as well. I wanted to touch on that.
Oh,
Yeah, so Nicole not only is a financial advisor, but you also built a community of a bunch of great women entrepreneurs.
yep.
And, it's been going on strong for what? How long now?
Almost a year and a half now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
almost a year and a half. My baby, one of my
Yes.
biggest projects so far. I I love it. I appreciate everything you said. By the way, I
Well,
enjoy
it,
working with
it
you.
it's it actually it says a lot about you. It says a lot about you that you were able to build a community, right? I mean, the women are wonderful. I've met a lot of them. And
Mhm.
so to be able to build a community with that character of women and that group of women says a
Yeah.
lot about your character and, of course, Isabel, right? Because you guys are a team. And it's just it's wonderful to see, and it's great to be a part of. And if you want to tell anybody maybe about your meeting, since tomorrow's already you'll be airing in February. If you have your meeting set, do you for the February?
We have the date. It's going to be on the 13th of February.
Okay.
We're going to be celebrating our Galentine's, and we love to go all out for
Yes,
Valentine's Day. We go all pink. So
the Christmas
to
was
the
so
it
fun
was fun.
too.
It was fun.
So I can imagine the Galentines.
Oh, we did it last year, and it was the cutest thing. I We asked everybody to come in pink. It was a wonderful meeting. Uh, yeah, I appreciate you, Anita.
Yeah.
I love to hear feedback from the women that come.
Yes. What has been the biggest challenge for you in that, and then the biggest reward?
The biggest challenge, it's time consuming.
Mm,
It's time consuming to plan and to make sure that we're creating a meaningful group that it's very welcoming and it's good for whoever wants to show up.
yeah.
We want to create an environment where people see the value in coming. They
Mhm.
don't see it as just, oh, just another networking event. I could just go to another one of those tomorrow. No,
Mhm.
we're the besties. We believe that we can make a wonderful community and uplift each other here if we all come with that same mentality of like,
Yes.
hey, I'm open, I'm here, and I'm open to connect with you. I want to learn more about you, and I'm open to give first in order to receive.
Mhm.
And I think that that's the type of women that we have attracted so far. Like you said, Annabelle and I talk about this all the time. Like the personalities that these women come, they just are so alike us, and I feel like that's the energy that we attract.
Yes.
So the most challenging part for sure has been to integrate it to my busy schedule, planning for the meetings. How can we continuously add more value, more
Mhm.
value, more value, more value, so people want to come and they also want to bring their friends.
Mhm.
The most rewarding part, of course, have been the amazing connections that I have
Mhm.
made over there. I mean, I have made connections with amazing women that otherwise I don't think how I would have met them.
True. Because
I
there's
don't think
some
so.
doctors and lawyers
Doctors,
and
lawyers, tax professionals. I believe that I have a contact for almost everything that somebody could ask me for. And if I don't, I have a team that I could go to and like, hey,
yeah.
does anybody know a credit repair?
Yes. And
And
that's
they
what I
refer
love
me.
about it too,
Yeah.
because there is a team. So like
Yeah.
everybody who joins the besties becomes a bestie, and then you end up with the bestie crew, like is your backbone. And it's a beautiful thing to believe that and to know that everybody is genuinely there to help each other and each other's businesses.
Yeah.
If they can, they will. And they'll share.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. You come to the bestie event and you get added to the chat and now you're plugged in.
Mhm.
And we're constantly sharing ideas, sharing events. Hey, I have this event going on. I'm hosting here. I'm talking there. Does anybody know? It's a common mastermind. And I
Yes.
think that it has been so fructiferous and so good for all of us. I
Hmm.
even get feedback from people that are like, hey, I have found my power partner at the besties and we are killing it now, and I
Nice.
appreciate you for the group. Thank you for providing the platform. And I'm like, oh,
And
that
you have
makes me
no
so happy.
idea,
And I have
right?
no idea,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
But I
yeah.
am just so happy that I
Yes,
was
a part of
a
it
part of that
somehow.
somehow, some way.
Oh,
So
I love it.
it's been wonderful. And I have always been, as I'm telling you, a very social butterfly. I
Yeah.
loved connection. I love to meet new people. It's so interesting, to learn different stories and so many different backgrounds.
Yes.
It's super interesting.
Yes, that's why I do this.
Oh,
I feel like
exactly.
I could dig in just a little more, you
I
know?
love it.
And I do want to show her husband now, Solomon, because you do your little family,
I have my little family.
and that's who you work for.
Yeah, yeah, mainly for the lady in blue, but sure.
I
No,
was
just
talking about
kidding.
the dog.
Oh,
The baby, your
my
baby.
baby. Oh, my sole beneficiary. That's
Yeah,
my
so
baby.
and who's this?
And these are, well, from left to right, my aunt, my niece, my mom, myself, my husband, and my brother.
Oh, I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. That's your who. That's actually really what inspires you,
Yeah.
right? To go to work every day.
They do. They're
Aw.
my amazing family. These are all of them.
Mhm.
My dad, my uncle, my aunt, my niece, my cousin, my sister, my stepdad, my mom, my aunt, and my niece, and my husband.
I love it. You're making them all wealthy
All of
and
them.
financially
Oh
educated.
yes, all of them are my clients. All of them. I sit them down and we're like, we have to do this, and you're gonna do it.
So if someone wanted to reach out, they can just reach out to you, right? How do we have our Instagram up there or anything? How would you like someone to contact you if they were interested in sitting down with you and finding out how they can get started on their financial journey, their, investments, or even what that would look like for them if they wanted to get started, for a child with an IRA or.
Absolutely. Well, there's many different ways to contact me.
Mhm.
You can either do it through Instagram. My Instagram is at Nicole A Tennis. That's my business Instagram. You can also give me a call, 657-354-0781. Don't text me there because that's my business line, and Anita knows about
Yeah,
that.
yeah. You know what? And I'll also put your information on the
Okay,
bottom.
good.
But yeah,
Good,
yeah.
good.
So
Or you can also text me to 714-371-5428. I have a website, edwardjones.com/Nicole-Avila. You can see my bio there and all my information. And it has a prompt there to fill up your information, and you can create an appointment with me there as well.
perfect.
So,
Perfect.
yeah.
So again, it doesn't matter if they just have $100, if they have $200, $50, just as long as they want to start and they have a heart to learn, right?
If you have a heart to learn and you are committed to change your life,
Mm,
call me.
yes.
And I am happy to help. A lot of people they think that financial advisors need a minimum, or like, I know this financial advisor that won't work with somebody that has less than 200,000 or something like that. A lot of them are like that because they as you continue to grow your practice, you have to become more and more
Yes. Targeted.
targeting in the clients that you can take on, because we cannot serve everybody.
Of course.
But my minimum is commitment. I always tell people, if you are secure and you want to make a difference for yourself, I can help you. It's not hard.
Yeah.
It's easy.
And even if it's just free advice, right? I always tell people, look, you have to reach out. You don't know what you don't know. And until you make that first phone call, you're always going to be stuck.
Oh, for sure.
Because I think the hardest part is picking up the phone and just reaching out the first time. And then it becomes easier because you realize you didn't die and nobody made you feel stupid. You have to want to
Absolutely.
help yourself.
Absolutely. And you'll be surprised on how nice I am.
Yeah.
And how other people are as well. I think that's a big part too, to
Yes.
actually make the call and reach out and say, I need help.
Yes.
And I don't even know what I need help with, right?
Yes.
But I want to start digging into that and see what is right for me.
Yes. Yes. I love that. I
This
love that
person
you
is gonna
said
do
that.
that.
I need help and I don't even know what I need help with. I just know that you're the person I probably need to speak to, right?
Yes. And again, a good professional is gonna take the time to actually get to know you
Yeah.
and to really understand where are you coming from and where are you trying to get,
Mm-hmm.
and help you in the best way possible. And that's all we can do. And I'm happy to give value. If you ask me about any question,
Yeah.
I mean, I will answer happily,
Yes.
because I want you to go around and tell everybody that you have learned this important fact, and now you have this piece of education that you like to
Yes.
share.
And even if you don't use it today, right? There's
Of
always
course.
tomorrow. You may use it next year, but at least you know it's available to you.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's how I think. Like you have to at least know it's available to you. Just sit
Yes.
down and have the conversation.
Absolutely.
Well,
Absolutely.
I
So it is.
appreciate you sitting down and having this conversation with me. It's been great. I hope we brought some value to, anybody watching. And I think we did, at least a little more comfort to have the conversation, right?
I hope so too. I want people to just go thinking that, hey, there are people out there that can help you. A person just like you in your same situation, there is something that can be done.
Mm-hmm.
There is a little tweak and adjustment or ideas that you can get from others to make a difference for yourself and your future.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a pleasure to sit down with you as well.
Thank
It's
you.
always to talk. It's always so nice to talk with you. I feel like I can just open and be myself.
I love it. I
It's a
love it.
it's a
I
lot
feel
of
the
fun.
same.
And thank you for having me. I mean, this is amazing.
Yeah, well,
Love it.
it's all Solomon.
It's all Solomon there.
I just get to look good here, but thanks.
Oh, thanks.
That's why I don't leave him.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, he makes me look good. But.
Good, good. That's what we want.
Well, thanks you guys for joining us. Please come back again. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.